whispered to few, felt among all. Our essence in this walk becomes an expression of all senses equally used, with none prevailing over another in the egoic incarnation. As a prism held to spirit, each sense becomes a ray of light, none brighter than the rest, all passing through the soul in equal grace. To be in balance is to let each sense speak in its own tongue, none louder than the rest. It's to feel the world through the whole self, not filtered through the dominance of one gatekeeper. Such is the state of harmony, where all parts of our being, body, mind, and spirit, are equally engaged. When all senses are equal, we do not perceive, we receive. True equilibrium is not merely the equalization of the known senses, but also remaining open to those not yet revealed. To dwell in this kind of openness is to stand barefoot at the edge of the unseen, letting the winds of what cannot be named pass through us. There are senses that do not speak in sound, light, or touch, senses that rise quietly within, unnoticed by the grounded mind. If we privilege only what is recognized, we silence the whisper of what is becoming. Yet when we release the hierarchy of the known, we make space for the unfolding. In that openness, even the unrevealed can begin to resonate. While we possess other senses through which we relate to both our inner and outer worlds, outside spiritual practice, these senses are often misused or underutilized. In our spiritual journeys, these are sometimes repressed, judged, or disregarded, thus losing their full potential in the makeup of who we are as sentient beings within a community of peers. In the ethereal realm, there is a subtle vessel, an invisible presence that moves beyond flesh, yet remains intertwined with it. This vessel transcends the limitations of the physical form, a place where spirit and matter softly meet in an ethereal field, allowing us to feel what we cannot yet grasp. It is here that effect awakens, where every touch and glance becomes a ripple of presence. In awareness, enlightenment awakens a sense the crawler of the mud will sadly never embrace. It is a perception that moves past the borders of flesh and form, where the soul's journey flows as effortlessly as water through the unseen veins of existence, a sense of perfect osmosis for the enlightened wayfarer on the earth plane, where the world and the self merge without distinction, neither pressing upon nor pushing away the other. Some ideas do not arrive through logic. They do not ask to be solved, only sensed. What follows is not a claim, but a suggestion that there exists an astral form of perception still unknown to most, a mode of communion not bound by language or intellect. It's not part of our five senses, yet it moves through all things. It is what we might one day call affect. Affect is not a concept to be proven. It's a field to step into, a resonance to be felt. It speaks not in words, but in vibration, not in reason, but in presence. It may be sensed between beings, across species, even between what we call living and non-living. To glimpse this sense, we must pause the habits of judgment. We must allow the mind to soften, to listen not with thought, but with the space behind thoughts, with the part of us that remembers how to feel before understanding. This is not about belief. It's not about agreement. It's an invitation to openness, to momentarily set aside the frameworks that divide, define, and defend, and to enter into a possibility that cannot yet be named in full. We are not being asked to believe, only to receive, to listen with the whole of yourself. It's not a theory, but a threshold. This is the sense of effect, where every touch, every glance becomes a ripple through the heart, felt not in the body, but in the very essence of being. This sixth sense is a sense yet perceived by few among humanity, a sense not of the five, not bound by the intellect. It's the sixth sense, the element of effect. Effect moves as a vibrational, radiant force that transcends intellect, functioning as both expression and communication, yet remaining hidden from most due to humanity's current limits in awareness. It behaves like a bucket, filled and emptied with every pulse of emotion. Its vibration within its own field, radiant and alive. Its passion, its hate, its love. It's the mastery of emotion, not the reaction to it. More than expression, it's the bond that unites all as one. Its egg and nucleus, sender and receiver, a pulse, and an embrace. To understand this sense, we must first recognize it. We must become aware, not self-centered, but centered in the whole. It thrives in the symbiosis of all and whole. It cannot be fully sensed in the isolation of the individual. Humanity is not yet there. The few who can live through it do so as one in a million. It will take time, perhaps another timeline. But when it comes, it will be a snowball effect. Effect will awaken in all, and communication will become communion, where there's no separation. But not yet. We're still within the era of creativity, not realization. To reach effect, we must release the mind of fear, the mind of framed thought, the mind that turned difference into distance, into horizon-less oceans. Effect cannot be explained in intellectual terms because we don't yet understand what communication truly is. To feel effect is to communicate with the animal kingdom, with plants, with rocks, with all that is. In awareness, we can speak to a rock, and it speaks back. In pragmatic reality, we are not yet listening to the quiet resonance between all things. And so we may say, a man cannot hear the rock, and the cow cannot hear the man. But this is only because we misunderstand the very nature of communication. Affect is speaking and not speaking. It's vibration in resonance. To communicate, we must vibrate as the other. The cow must vibrate as man, man as cow. Until then, we live within hierarchies of perception, and hierarchy blocks communion. Yet the sense is there, dormant, waiting. Affect, the sixth sense will be known. And when it is known, it will not arrive with thunder. It will arrive in stillness, in the hush between heartbeats, in the warmth of a gaze, in the breath shared by those who never speak, but always understand. It will rise not in the mind, but in the space between selves, where no self remains. There, in the silence of separation undone, the sixth sense will sing.